Cowboys received three-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Kenny Clark, as Mary would say, and 2 first-round draft picks. Parsons then agrees to a 4-year, $188 million contract, $120 million fully guaranteed at signing, $136 million in total guarantees, making him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Parsons goes to social media and releases a statement because that's what you have to do.
Those are the rules.
Yeah, any issue, you have to release statements. People love statements. To wear the blue and white at Penn State, then carry those same colors into the NFL as a Cowboy, it was more than a dream. It was a destiny. I never wanted this chapter to end, but not everything was in my control. Through it all, I never made any demands. I never asked for anything more than fairness. This is a sad day, but not a bitter one. And no matter where the next chapter takes me, the bond we've built will never break. Yeah, it's taking you to Wisconsin. Now the man who traded Micah Parsons, Jerry Jones.
Nothing in the world am I criticizing Micah about at all. That was every bit his right. And Micah's never been anything but so pleasant for me to be around. I want to be real clear about it, not that it implies that it's not. Things are good here. Things are good here. We have just decided that it was in the best interest of our team to take the consideration that we have. We appreciate his 4 years, but we can take that consideration and we can win in our minds more than had we gone the other route and signed. That's not a negative on Micah. That's just unique to our circumstances. I firmly made a commitment to Micah this spring, and paid him, and to pay him. At that time, I was battling and knew that the other alternative probably was. I had no idea of what we might be able to get, but I knew that it was very likely to be several players that we could use those resources for all the way, draft picks as well as cap space.
Jerry, you had said a couple weeks ago in an interview with Stephen A. that you were never considering trading Micah Parsons. Was that a tactic at the moment, or did your tune eventually change in the last couple of weeks?
Do you really think if I wanted someone to be interested in him that I would say, oh, I'm going to trade him? It's the opposite. It's the opposite, of course. And I thank you for writing it. I really do.
For other Cowboys players coming up the line, they see how this negotiation with Micah went. How would you answer their question, well, gee, what do I have to do to get an extension if Micah can't get one?
Ask Dak. Highest paid man in the NFL. There's a lot of players that they could ask that have been paid down around here. I'll pay players.
What makes this different?
Because we wanted to look and see if we could do what we did.
Pat.
That's the benefits of the trade made it different. Make no mistake about it. We all know we could have signed Micah, but we decided to go with the trade.
Senior NFL insider Adam Schefter is here. Adam, I just finished watching the excellent Netflix doc on Jerry Jones and the Cowboys called America's Team, The Gambler and the Cowboys. It's a 10 out of 10 production. Phenomenal. This trade is a 10 out of 10 gamble. What happened? How did we get here? Why did Jerry trade Micah Parsons?
I think Jerry Jones thought he had a deal in place with Micah Parsons in late March, early April, and I think he was insulted enough that when Micah didn't wind up taking what he thought was an agreement between the two of them, that he wasn't going to do another deal right now. And he felt there was an opportunity out there to actually improve this team, in his words, to trade Micah Parsons for 2 future ones and a run defender in Kenny Clark that he thinks can really help this team's run defense. And I think Jerry Jones, in the end, John, was looking for a 2025 version of the Herschel Walker trade that he once made that made the Cowboys dominant. So if you're looking to make America great again, he thought he could do it by dealing Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers for 2 ones and a run defender. That's his opinion, and we will find out how that move works out. But again, if Micah Parsons had agreed to the deal that Jerry Jones thought he had, back in late March, early April, Micah Parsons would be a Cowboy. There would have been no back tightness. He would have participated in training camp, and he would be getting ready to play Thursday night in the regular season opener against the Philadelphia Eagles.
And of course, that Walker trade, a big part of the documentary. Whose idea was it, Jimmy or Jerry? We saw the egos involved. Maybe there's more involved here. The Packers were 11-6 last year, Adam. Lost to the Eagles in the wild card game, 22-10. Does the football world think this trade makes the Packers serious contenders to get to Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara in Jordan Love's third full season as a starter?
John, I think the level of excitement in Green Bay would be akin to when the Green Bay Packers once signed Reggie White. There are two players in NFL history who have had at least 12 sacks in each of their first 4 NFL seasons. One was Reggie White. The other was Micah Parsons. Both now will have played for the Green Bay Packers. And we saw what happened when Reggie White left an NFC East team, Philadelphia, to go to Green Bay. The Packers wound up winning a Super Bowl. Now we see another dominant NFC East pass rusher leaving that division to go to Green Bay. Now we'll see if Micah can duplicate that. The Green Bay Packers are paying a big price in picks, in a player, in a salary contract to Micah Parsons. Think about this, John. Jerry Jones back in the day, that agreement we talked about, he made an agreement to buy the Dallas Cowboys for $150 million, 150. And the deal that Micah Parsons landed today was for $188 million, 38 more million than Jerry Jones once paid for the Dallas Cowboys. The Packers are excited. The Packers and Cowboys play on Sunday Night Football in Week 4. The season kicks off next week, and it already feels like we're in the full throes of a great NFL soap opera and drama.
That's right, Adam. NFL opening night now less than a week away. Next Thursday, the Gambler and his Cowboys in Philadelphia.
So now we go to this season, and Parsons reported to camp July the 21st, but even then, he made it clear he wasn't going to play without something new in place. So August 1st, guess what? He requested a trade via social media, obviously. Then over the next 2 weeks, Jerry Jones called the trade request part of negotiations. He said he wasn't going to trade Parsons. He even told fans, don't lose any sleep over it. New coach Brian Schottenheimer then said he expected Parsons to be on the field Week 1. That was August the 22nd. I guess he should have specified with which team, because Parsons gonna be on the field Week 1, just not with Dallas. Trade done August 28th. Parsons to Green Bay with an already agreed upon new contract with the Packers. 4 years, $188 million. Louis Riddick is here. Let's just start with your reaction. You saw the trade news and thought what?
Unbelievable. Like this is really hard to fathom, Nicole, simply because Micah Parsons is the kind of guy that every scouting department, every general manager, every team president, every team owner dreams of drafting and developing and then re-signing, because it's easy. It's just the natural course of action. You have a young player in his prime at an impact position who, quite honestly, is your best player on your football team. And so those are the kind of things that you kind of go to the table early with his agent, and you work it out. And if things kind of get sideways, you get back into the room and you work it out, because these aren't the kind of guys that you wind up trading away to teams in your own conference and making them much, much stronger and making yourself much weaker by virtue of what kind of draft pick compensation ultimately you're going to wind up getting, because you just made the other team better. So I mean, my mind was blown. I didn't think we'd ever get to this. I thought maybe we'd get to the point of, maybe Micah playing on his 5th-year option and being ticked off and us talking about it all year long. And then was it going to be about Jerry going ahead and franchising him 2 times, or is he going to trade him in the offseason? I didn't think he'd trade him right now. He said he wouldn't, but here we are. He
said he wouldn't, and then he told fans, don't lose sleep over it. So now you have to lose a lot of sleep over it, because as you pointed out, not only did you trade him to a team in the conference, you probably traded him to a team in the conference that can do really well. So when you look at how Green Bay is now set up in the short term and the long term, what do you think?
Look, this is a very, very young football team. One of the youngest, if not the youngest in the entire National Football League. And their general manager, Brian Gutekunst, this is the way he wanted it. he has young players in their prime who are pretty damn good. And they were a football team that really needed some more juice opposite Rashawn Gary as far as their pass rush is concerned. And now they've got it instantly. Micah Parsons, the very best in the NFL as far as pass rush win rate over the course of his career. Now him and Rashawn Gary can terrorize people off the edge. And then they've got some depth on the defensive line as well. Lucas Van Ness is on the defensive line. These guys are all going to benefit from Micah being there because of the attention he's going to have. And then in the second level, I mean, they have got guys like Edgerrin Cooper, who was drafted last year out of Texas A&M, who was a freaking superstar. Javon Bullard, who they drafted out of Georgia, who was going to be a superstar. Xavier McKinney, who they signed from the New York Giants. All of these guys are under 27 years old. So this is a general manager's dream. And for Dallas, I mean, look, I know they get 2 future number ones and they get Kenny Clark. So, I mean, look, yeah, it looks good on the surface, but look at how much stronger you just made a team in like Green Bay that was already in contention to win the North and the NFC anyway. And now they probably will be right there. So what's that draft pick going to net you? A 26th, 27th pick overall in the first round? It's not like you're getting in the top 5. You had, though, a known quantity in your hand, and now, again, he's at a conference rival, and they are dancing in the streets in Green Bay.
Oh no, they're literally dancing in the streets in Green Bay. That's actually happening, and you are shocked that this happened as
I'll
well.
bet.
Thank you, Mr. Reddick.
You bet.
He's in a defensive stud. The track record is just, wait, hear me out. 93. They brought in free agent Reggie White. 6 seasons in Green Bay. Defensive Player of the Year. Racked up almost 70 sacks. Led the team to a Super Bowl in January of 97. Oh, and he was also elected to the Hall of Fame in 2006. Also in 2006, the Packers signed Charles Woodson. He won Defensive Player of the Year. Was part of Green Bay's Super Bowl 45 win in February of 2011.